We shall now have the opportunity for silent prayer meditation. Thank you. Good afternoon, honorable members. Item number 2 to item 6 on the order paper have been deferred to the next week's sitting. We shall now go to the debate on Premier State of the Province address. I shall now call upon Honorable SOPA Mukhonyana.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Speaker Makoma Makurupech, the Premier of our province, Dr. Popira Matuba, members of the Executive Council, fellow members of this august house, ladies and gentlemen in the public gallery. Receive our revolutionary salutations as we usher in the month of March, which is synonymous to this country's human rights. Honorable Speaker, this month symbolizes the great lengths that our people went through in order for us to attain this freedom and democracy, whose fruits we are all celebrating today. Honorable Speaker, we are not ashamed to say that the ANC has been at the helm of this country's liberation struggle, and we have optimally used the post-democratic epoch to advance the lives of our people. Today, South Africa is held in high regard globally because of the African National Congress as its leader of government. We are a dominant player in the geopolitical space because of the resilient state capacity that the ANC has built in the Republic. We are synonymous with human rights, freedom, and democracy, and we have proven that by standing with nations that are marginalized and downtrodden. When we advocate for peace and the freedom of the people of Palestine, the Western Sahara, and Cuba, we do so because we know what disenfranchisement can do to nationhood. It is for this reason that we remain relentless in our quest towards the attainment of continental peace and stability, even if our most treasured assets are sacrificed in the battle lines. As the Premier stood on this podium last week, Thursday, she was echoing the dreams and aspirations of our forebears who believed in building an equal society where all people enjoy the same set of rights. The African National Congress has used the past 30 years to level the playground and push back the frontiers of poverty and inequality to create a prosperous society for all. The tangible evidence to Premier Dr. Popira Matuba's assertions is evident in the exponential growth of various sectors of the economy during the past 30 years. We have widened the net in the provision of basic services to our people. Infrastructural projects like building of roads, electricity, and water provision have been the bone of this government's existence in the past 30 years. We have built roads where none existed. We have provided health facilities in unthinkable communities. We have provided water in villages where nobody has ever dreamt of water. We have built schools, infrastructure in communities who were told that education is not for them. Despite the inroads that we have made in the past 3 decades, we are also alive to the glaring realities of numerous areas where there are still backlogs of water services, health provision, and many other basic services. We are honest to ourselves, and where we have encountered challenges, we have always been the first to acknowledge and confront them. Honorable Speaker, the honest truth is it will take more than a single lifetime for any government to undo the indelible damage that the apartheid arrangement has caused to this country's social and economic fiber. Albert Einstein reminds us that, and I quote, Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. Close quote. It is for this reason that, Honorable Speaker, that in every task that we carry out, we have instituted proper monitoring mechanisms to be able to gauge our work and be able to account to our people. Unlike the apartheid regime, accountability and openness have been the mainstay of this democratic government. We have installed proper mechanisms to detect any acts of graft and corruption, something which was far-fetched and uncommon during apartheid. Under this democratic rule, we have exposed high volumes of corruption because we have set ourselves high standards of governance. We shall therefore use the seventh administration of this provincial government to amplify our energies as we forge ahead with our quest to improve the lives of our people. We welcome the countless pronouncements made by the Premier during her State of the Province address, including the actualization of both the special economic zones in Musina, Makato, and Fetahomutugatsa. Until our people start to reap the fruits of this much vaunted economic program, they will remain a pipe dream and wishful thinking to them. But we have confidence in this Premier's leadership capabilities. Because of the few months that she has been at the helm of this provincial government, we have witnessed numerous programs of monumental proportions. We are steadfast and holding firm on this noble mission of using state resources to advance the lives of our people. We have not faltered in any of the commitments that we have set ourselves during the ensemble of the Congress of the People in Cape Town in 1955. Today, some 70 years on, as we commemorate the anniversary of what is known as the Freedom Charter, a cornerstone to this country's freedom and democracy, we do so beaming with pride and self-assurance that we have not faltered on any of the promises that we have set for ourselves and those who came before us. The principles of the Freedom Charter are the heartbeat of this democratic government that rules on the will of the people. When the people of this province marched to the polls during the May 29 elections, they were driven by a common appreciation of the overwhelming achievements that were underscored by the ANC government. As a strategic site of the struggle, we will continue to use this legislature and its various committees to monitor the work of government departments based on the undertakings made during the Premier State of the Province address. We have attained most of the goals that are enshrined in the Freedom Charter, and the recent enactment of the expropriation bill is testament to our unwavering commitment towards this objective. We have stunned the world superpowers with our radical policy positions, and we remain unshaken in our resolve to build our economy on an equal footing. Honorable members, we are unflinching on the land question because it is the only thing in the world worth working for, worth fighting for, worth dying for, since it's the only thing that lasts. Just like many other transitional programs, this government will not handle the expropriation of land program in a reckless manner that will compromise the economy. The ANC government has managed this country transition with aplomb and have done everything possible to safeguard the state's sovereignty. Honorable Speaker, the ANC Limpopo will do everything possible to repay the people of this province for their persistent trust in its capacity to deliver their dreams and a better life. We owe them a great debt of gratitude, and the only way to repay them is by leading their government honestly and providing them with portable services diligently. Honorable Speaker, if we are to revolutionize the SMME sector, we will have to dismantle the barricades to economic participation within the sector. We have received the ululation, the directive by the Premier to the MEC for Economic Development, Honorable Chitarek Matibe, to ensure that this government continues with its program to disperse funding to SMMEs. We cannot have a government that continues to use a stringent regulatory framework which blockades the participation of SMMEs into the economy. The Marxist theory argues that, and I quote, laws and regulations are inherently biased towards the capitalist class, as they are designed to maintain the status quo and protect their economic interests, even when seemingly neutral, close quotes. While we encourage and welcome this development, we are, however, not advocating that this should be a free-for-all jamboree, where Muriban business ideals will be funded based on relaxed stipulations. We want the small, medium, and micro enterprises sector to thrive, but this cannot be done at the detriment of fair and established business practices. On the same vein, we also want to commend the provincial government's ability to pay suppliers within the stipulated 30-day period. Honorable Speaker, During the various community engagement that we held towards the 2024 general elections, our people were vociferous in their waiting for water as a basic service. As we were campaigning for elections, water provision or its lack of has come out sharply as the main bone of contention throughout the various localities within the province. You will also agree with me that our regress in the provision of water to our people is a result of the unprecedented development in human settlements, which outpaced the government's capability to build infrastructure. The same has happened in the building of roads and networks and other pertinent infrastructure, whose delivery pace was outrun by this province's exponential human settlement growth. We are still grappling with the underdevelopment of the past 300 years. Hence, we still have communities whose services are bare minimum. But we draw strength in programs like the Mati Fridays, the Kharakara Wednesdays, Rural Health Matters, and a host of others, which resonate with this government's ambition to expedite services to our people. All these interventions are imminent towards the realization of a full throttle service provision to the populace. Our program of unveiling state-of-the-art schools in full swing, we continue to witness great returns on the investment of our schools infrastructure, as attested by the 2024 matric results. We have greatly outdone ourselves on this front, and we have surpassed our own expectations as we achieved a staggering 85.1%, while we have set ourselves a target of 80%. As Limpopo, we have a good exposure of the sun throughout the year, and we thank the provincial government for using this natural source of energy towards its development. The participation of some towns in the renewable energy sector is a demonstration that the developmental agenda of Limpopo is in tandem with the other parts of the Republic. How can we not applaud this premier's energetic prowess, which has seen her and members of the Executive Council traversing the length and breadth of this province, engaging with the electorate on one program or the other. We have seen this premier walking the talk during road safety campaigns, launching and officially opening schools, visiting hospitals, agricultural projects, and a litany of other government programs as a true committed leader of a people. She is a true embodiment of the dictum, the government of the people, by the people, for the people. Last week, Thursday, as guests and members and honorable members were entering this house, let me go through this, honorable speaker, and stop here. I've been requested not to go there.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mokhanyane. Yeah, you have even given us 4 minutes extra. Thank you very much. I will now call upon Honorable Mapoulo Lawrence.
Thank you very much, Premier, the August House, the economic freedom fighters, and the Progressive Alliance that is here. Honorable Speaker, the Premier has surrounded herself with the members of Executive who does not support her vision. She put her trust on backstabbers who are hell-bent on toppling her from her position she's holding. This Premier must kick all of them out of the executive and appoint new people who will support her vision. Cockstar MEC Bioscope Makabo is the worst among all members of your executive. All his projects collapsed under his watch. We were shocked when you cheered and praised him during your State of the Province address. Honorable Speaker, when the State of the Province address is marked by rhetoric dictated and tainted by deceit, it stifles genuine dialogue and deprives citizens of the opportunity to engage in meaningful discussions about the future of our province. When politicians make false pledges during State of the Province address or any other public platform for that matter, it undermines the trust with the people on politicians and erodes the very foundation of democracy. From infrastructure development to fiscal security, the repercussions of broken promises reverberate throughout society, especially with the poorest of the poor who are on the receiving end of broken promises. We should treat as a fake news any commitment made to the people but never come to pass. It is brutal emotional abuse and raising of false expectation to the people. The Premier stood here on Thursday, the 27th February 2025, and spread fake news instead of reporting on achievement stemming from commitment made during opening of the 7th administration legislature. Sadly, more commitments were made on top of the ones that were made and not achieved, creating a backlog on unfulfilled promises. And we would like also to thank, we phoned the MEC of Public Transport to say we've got a road in Marue, we've got a road in El Dorado. Immediately he responded. But other MECs, when they call them, we make them angry. The Premier missed an opportunity to redeem her office from zero trust our people have on ANC politicians. This commitment made are there and recorded. You can't sugarcoat and gloss them over. Honorable Speaker, trust be told, this Premier is no different from her predecessors in the sense that she has not proven to be trustworthy and genuine enough in her dealings with the service delivery needs of our people. She's trying hard to be different and distance herself from her predecessors, but it's all the same. Nothing has changed as long as you have backstabbers behind you. Honorable Speaker, Limpopo GDP growth has been slow with 0.2% growth rate in 2023 and 1% growth in 2022, signifying that this province has a challenging economic landscape. Furthermore, the unemployment rate is now sitting at 31.9%, which compounds poverty levels in the province. But we are glad that you are admitting to this August House, but what are you doing about it? Admitting and doing something about the situation, especially one which impacts on the lives of our people, is two different things. Honorable Speaker, in Wamati Friday initiative, it's a scam and fake news. The villages in Sukukune, around 300 million, the Huop Dam, are still water-starved today despite the announcement of the fake programs. The people of Guyana are also water-starved, and we are asking ourselves who benefit from this initiative because most affected areas in the province are not benefiting. Honorable Speaker, the Musina Makado and Fetaho Mutuba, the SEZ, are deemed deferred. This dream to build a highly industrialized smart city which is expected to create more than 22 jobs for our people may never be realized in our lifetime, as long as the ANC government is in place. Last year, the Premier alluded to the fact that she has mandated the MEC of Leader to come up with 6 months turnaround strategy. Where is that strategy as we speak? Where we are now being told that they need approval from the south side of the project for the establishment of a township. Do you need 10 years to resolve on such an issue? West Fitahomutuba's SEZ was stagnated, and yet we are being told about 10 billion investment commitment in the project, but there's nothing to show of it. Furthermore, we are being told that the infrastructure development at Fitahomutuba's SEZ is underway, when in fact nothing is happening. There's literally nothing going on. As we speak, only the fence, which will soon be vandalized and stolen if no operation takes place. Honorable Speaker, a very painful issue here that I'm raising. MEC of Social Development, I called her myself to say there is a family of 13 at Sikhale, where Mayor Mpe stay. As I speak right now, the little girl, she's gone. And I say, may her soul rest in peace. I don't know how are you going to sleep. I requested you to go and give the 13 families food to eat. Today, as I speak here, they've lost that little girl. I don't know how you pray, even if you are at the front of the altar and your pulpit. Honorable Speaker, according to statistics South Africa, fourth quarter in 2024 in Limpopo saw the most significant decrease in employment among all of provinces with drop of 16,000 jobs. The unemployment rate in Limpopo is the higher than the national average due to the job losses. Yet the Premier is going around making all kinds of noises amounting to nothing. The agriculture, construction, the community and social services sectors in Limpopo experience a job losses. You can be on top but do nothing. Honorable Speaker, this Vidiela Citrus Farm which was potential to create more than 200 jobs, remained the shadow of its former glory. Listening to the Premier on Thursday during SOPA, it was clear that she's throwing her hands in the air, giving up on such an important legendary project which has been changing the lives of the people to the better. She has simply acknowledged the government interventions on this project did not work, and therefore a total waste of taxpayers' money. If the ANC government is the ANC government that collapsed most of the project, and it's the EFF government that will revive such project. The story of Zibitiela Citrus is a tale of decline, disarray. The estate is not only physically run down, but burdened with 170 billion. There's nothing changes here. And in a speech on Thursday, the Premier alluded to the fact that the government wants to establish agro-processing plants in the province, but fell short of telling us about the corruption in the 100 million Nojax tomato processing plant in Tzaneen. Government is sitting on an explosive forensic report which they don't want to release because it implicates their friends and fools. Honorable Speaker, in the end of government's failure arises because politics become the enemy of good public policy, because Premier and their appointees are uninterested and in some instances unqualified to manage public affairs, and because agencies themselves can undermine effective administration, because the ANC government and its political leaders have committed interest in mining. They are failing to hold mining companies accountable. The EFF will embark on a visit to all the mines to make sure that we force them to put industries in front of those mines. Honorable Speaker, I need to share you with that Tobela FM is the mouthpiece of the ANC. It's no longer the mouthpiece of the government. That's Tobela. If I need, I will testify and give you clear evidence about this. Tobela FM named the mouthpiece. Dilo di Sharakane, Dilo di Kapurukane, here in Limpopo. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mapoulo. We shall now call upon Honorable Chitareke Matibe.
Honorable Speaker, on a point of order. Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Good morning. I don't want to try and disrupt Honorable Chidareke, but I just wanted to raise a concern that I've observed earlier when Honorable Mapolo was speaking. Honorable members from the other side were howling, and I don't think that would be right to howl at each other. We are very organized, we are quiet, and what they are doing, when we're going to do it, you will not like it. I just saw you keeping quiet. I thought I must raise it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable. I hope even next time yourself will not be saying anything, because during SOPA you were not very quiet. Today we thank God that you are very quiet. Thank you very much. Honorable Matibe, you may continue.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker, to the Honorable Speaker, to the Honorable Premier, my fellow MECs, Honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, good day. A paper recently referred to in the halls of the National Assembly titled "From Crisis to Opportunity, A Path to Sustainable Growth" by the political economic scholar J. Landman aptly calls the complex story of the journey of our province is traversing. In its pages, the paper deliberates through a longitudinal study of a growing South Africa's economic performance over a lengthy period. In the context of Limpopo province, however, Honorable Deputy Speaker, the time of great crisis happened in 2008, a time of dire economic strains, but the era of opportunity is now. The Premier, Dr. Ramathuba's speech, not only recognized this, but in its lean, direct, and militate state, is a call to action for all interested in the prosperity of this great province we call home. It is only fitting that I express my deep seated appreciation to the Premier for her dedicated and express pursuit towards the beneficiation drive in our mining industry and the industrialization of our province. It is with this kind of enterprise by our Premier that we will be able to see the realization of special economic zone during this term of administration, not in our lifetime, during this term of administration. With their instruction, we have analyzed the issues and identified the factors that have held this critical nose of economic activation back. All the 6-point plan, Honorable Deputy Speaker, that we put here in this house, we have achieved all of them. 6, all of them point we have achieved. Now the processes are underway to unlock their potential. The township establishment of the north side was previously delayed by land issue, which was resolved by this 7th administration. We must thank the MEC for Public Works, we must thank the MEC for Agriculture and yourself, Honorable Premier, for unlocking this land issue, which now is a thing of the past. The service provider was appointed and Musina municipality have now signed, as we speak, Honorable Premier, the ceding of the donation of the land on the 20th of February as pronounced by yourself, Honorable Premier. That has happened. It's not a dream. It's something, it's not fake news. It has happened. On the south side of the SEZ, we recognize the progress achieved by continuous consultation between stakeholders of the outstanding matters. The floor area ratio will be completed by the 11th of March. We are putting targets, dates. The traffic impact assessment on the 25th of March. The legal team will address the outstanding objections by the 11th of March. We anticipate that the submission by Makado, MPT, will be ready on the 14th of April, 2025. It's not fake news. As a province, our efforts towards continuous drive for investment has gained momentum with every relevant occasion. During the 2025 mining Indaba, the province followed up on investor pledges made at the 2024 investment conference from companies including Energy Africa, Zero Carbon Charge, Anglo Platinum, Glencore, Mantengu, Super Precious Metals. I want to report, Honorable Deputy Speaker, on the progress made on those companies. Mantengu will spend 200 million in phase 1 and will create 250 jobs. The full project will cost 3 billion. The company acquired MIB Palavura PMC and will recapitalize it with 50 million to rehabilitate PMC assets and another one in Tabazimbi. Honorable Deputy Speaker, the zero carbon charge will be rolling out electric vehicle charging station along the N1, following initial key points, namely Musina, Makado, Vila Vila, Mudimule, Mkhopong, and Polokwane. And out of this electric vehicle charging station, they said to us they are going to employ women in all these stations. We say, Gamala Makosikas. The super precious metal will be working on the treatment of tailing dams at the Fumani Gold Mine in Mupani district. The project aims to recover material from all these 3 trailing drums, approximately 150,000 tons over 15 months. We are going to start, Honorable Premier, beneficiation in our own mine before we call upon private sector to come in. Both Glencore, beneficiation will happen during this 7th administration, not fake news. Glencore and Anglo-American Platinum are well on course in implementing their pledges made in the first and second iteration of the investment conference and further committed to signing MOAs with Fitaho Mutubatse Industrial Park to collaborate on key beneficiation projects. It's not going to be only the fence. In Fitaho Mutubatse, we're going to put battery storage, fuel cells, hydrogen economy activities, skills and enterprise development programs. It's not fake news. We are establishing a committee to deal with any other bottlenecks, Honorable Deputy Speaker, faced by investors so that actualization of all these pledges could be fast-tracked. As a department, through our Limpopo Economic Development Agency, we are taking seriously the work of re-evaluating the criterion of SMME Support Fund, as you directed, Honorable Premier, to ensure that it recognizes the potential of success for business of previously marginalized groups, support and mentor them in an effort to ensure inclusivity and redress. In addition, we are driving towards great youth participation through what we call Township and Rural Business Program, designed for youth graduates with technical skills and those that aspire to pursue entrepreneurial ambitions. We are honored that the Honorable Premier has given us the privilege to be the province chief marketing agency. And we see the coming G20 summit with up to 6 workshops headed to us as a great opportunity to cement ourselves once again on the grand global stage. We are proud to indicate that, as announced by the Premier last week, our province hosted a successful Marula Festival, supporting 14 rural women cooperatives who traditionally brew the beverage for purchasing 12,000 liters of the brew for the festival. The open air concert sold over 7,500 tickets with a value of more than $1 million, a record performance by the team. But the value and economic impact of this concert for Phalaborwa as the hosting town is astronomical and will be felt for months to come. We want to therefore thank the people of Limpopo for entrusting us with this event. They continue to demonstrate, as they did in the polls in 2024, that their confidence is in the ANC-led government is not misplaced. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Matibe. We shall now call about Honorable Wilson. Evelyn.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Let me start by giving the Premier some credit. She was honest enough to admit that her hashtag campaigns had failed, as we predicted in her last SCOPA. Her first address showed that she lacked a clear grasp of the province's challenges, and we hoped she'd have a better understanding by now. She also very rightly noted that given last year's failures, we must do some things differently, and we agree with you, Premier. But Premier, your address then became macaroni without cheese, lacking substance. Our unemployment rate exceeds 30% by the narrow definition, and nearly 50% by the expanded one, with many giving up finding work. This drives poverty, child malnutrition, and reliance on inadequate SASSA grants misaligned with the living costs. You're correct that industrialization and development are vital for jobs, but talk is cheap. Investment and development hinge on basics: water, electricity, roads, transport, healthcare, and education. Billions in pledges are meaningless without these things in place. As the DA, we support partnering with the private sector for jobs, but this must be transparent. Who is investing, in what, and for what returns? We're entitled to know, as the oversight body of this province's administration, and ensuring compliance with the laws. We will not tolerate shortcuts or crude circumvention of any laws. Take the Messina Mercado Special Economic Zone. After 10 years and over 1 billion rand spent, there is little progress. You admitted this, Premier. We don't know where the money went. Site visits show nothing justifying the cost. Worse, SCOPA admitted that the clearing of the north site was done without permits, clearly breaching the law. Who's accountable? Who has been held accountable? You must set the standard for clean governance. This project divides communities, threatening the environment, water, ecology, and other sectors of our economy, including agriculture and tourism. The Department of Water and Sanitation, just a couple of weeks ago, warned us that despite current sufficiency, the MMSEZ would cause a water deficit in Vembe within just a few years, without prior intervention. Premier, no water, no development. Cart before the horse, macaroni without the cheese. On water, I've laid criminal charges against the Vembe district municipalities for failing Mercado. Some areas like Newtown lack water for years, forcing residents to pay up to 4,000 rand a month to survive, a breach of the Constitution and the Water Act. Is this incompetence, mismanagement, or a water mafia? When was Shakota Reservoir last serviced? Your water task team comes too late, Premier. Over a year ago, the Human Rights Commission demanded turnaround strategies from Water Service Authority municipalities, the MEC of Coxter, and your office, Premier. Where are they? If they exist, share them with us. If not, why? We await the War Room invite. We commend your stance on the construction mafia, but who appoints these disruptive companies? You mentioned VBS theft haunting the poor. Yet corruption persists. Irregular appointments, sex for job scandals, road agency Limpopo's mismanagement, and legal costs pile up, failing to improve roads vital for growth. Floods do worsen this, but collapsing infrastructure predates them. We're monitoring every municipality and tracking your promises. Education Minister Siviwe Kharubi's new schools are welcome. But what about pit toilets, overcrowded classes, and failing scholar transport?
Sorry, Honorable Wilson, there's an order by Honorable Mate.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. I would want to establish if Honorable Wilson can she be able to take a question, and in furtherance, if she's aware that Honorable Salane and Honorable Mate are in the house.
Thank you, Honorable Wilson. Yeah, please continue.
Thank you. I will not take a question at this point. The honourable member is welcome to question me after the sitting. We continue to hear of the dreadful treatment at clinics, the lack of security of personnel and clinic staff who got abducted and raped. This led to the closure of a clinic. It simply should not have happened. Collapsing infrastructure at our hospitals and clinics, gross under-resourcing, lack of personnel, and failing machinery has become a norm at many. The only people who suffer are the poor and vulnerable. The USA's PEPFAR withdrawal endangers millions of lives with HIV and TB. We must act now as antiretrovirals vanish. Our medical facilities, as they stand, will not cope with the upcoming crisis.
Order. Order. Order to you.
Thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker. I want to raise order on Honorable Wilson. because of her generalization of issues that she's raising. Because Honorable Wilson, she's not specific in terms of the issues that is raising, especially with regard to healthcare, where there is a lack of personnel, the allegation that is raising. Because these allegations are mischievous in the sense that they lack credibility, in the sense that they intend to denigrate the state of the governance in this particular province. So I'm raising order on that particular point, that generalization will not assist. Let her be specific. If it's Mangweng Hospital, let it in actual fact be raised. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Silane. Noted. You may continue.
Thank you. Give me 25 minutes to make a speech and I will give you a notification on everyone. Thank you. Our commercial farming sector has long been the backbone of our economy.
No, Deputy Speaker, I think I'm standing here to call to order members of the ANC the way they are so disruptive. We're here in a house, and I'm getting more perturbed about their state of affairs now. We're in a house, let them respect this house, not just order. And why order? Because we are members of GNU together.
Order, Speaker. Point of order, Speaker. Yeah, thanks, Honorable Speaker. Thanks, Honorable Speaker. You will note that for the fact that there is a crisis in the province, one who should not assume that there is generalization. St. Rita's, Matala Hospital, Seshio Hospital, Zone 4 Clinic, and any other health facility has shortage of staff. Thank you.
Order, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, order.
Mormopolo must be addressed.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Our commercial farming sector has long been the backbone of our economy and has evolved into a globally competitive industry. However, collapsing municipal governance, failing service delivery, and failing infrastructure, and exceptionally porous borders threaten our productivity and competitiveness. This must be addressed. Be bold, Premier. Limpopo is blessed with vast tracts of arable land owned by the state and traditional communities. If you can unlock the land, Premier, we can significantly expand our agriculture sector and establish a cohort of viable emerging farmers working in conjunction with the commercial farmers, as recently demonstrated by the signing of the Vembi Agricultural Multiplier Memorandum of Understanding. Don't gloss over the cracks. Fill them. No more macaroni without cheese. Limpopo people deserve the whole dish, not only half of it. Having said that, Speaker, I must admit that we look forward to the budget speech, which I'm sure the MEC for Treasury is not. As South Africa just fell off the financial precipice, we could be paying a very big price, which is going to seriously affect what we do in the next couple of years. I thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Wilson. Let me now call upon Honorable MEC Nakedi Kekana.
We have noted the disruption of the ANC, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, Mbema Komama Krupeche, Honorable Premier Dr. Popira Matuba, my fellow MECs present, Chief Whip of the Majority Party, honorable members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Speaker, allow me to borrow my introduction to this debate from the poem titled, I Want to Apologize to All the Women I Have Called Pretty by Rupi Kaur, and I open quote. I want to apologize to all the women I have called pretty. Before I've called them intelligent or brave, I'm sorry I made it sound as though something as simple as what you are born with is the most you have to be proud of when your spirit has crushed mountains. From now on, I will say things like, you are resilient, you are extraordinary, not because I don't think you are pretty, but because you are so much more than that. Honorable Premier, as we gather here today to compliment your SOPA and commend your leadership, lest we forget that you are the beacon of hope for young girls in the villages and townships of Limpopo province. We'll not get tired to remind ourselves and everyone around us that you stand on the foundation laid by Madlilian Masidiba Matabanungoyi, hailing from Rampatlele, Honorable Mpatlele, the first woman elected to the National Executive Committee of the African National Congress. Honorable Premier, you joined the contemporary list of great women in the history of Limpopo, such as Justice Yvonne Mokgoro, the first black female judge in South Africa, Tsakani Maluleke, the first female Auditor General of South Africa, Mandisa Maya, the first woman Chief Justice of the Republic of South Africa, Pulen Lenkabula, the first ever female Vice Chancellor of the University of South Africa. We are also grateful that your ascendance to the premiership of our province has recently inspired the ANC Youth League in Limpopo to elect its first female provincial chairperson. Here you are, Comrade Faith Sewopela. Therefore, let me also refer to this august house to another Rupi Kaur's wisdom in the poem. What is the greatest lesson a woman should learn? When she reminded us that since day one, she's already earned everything she needs within herself. It is the world that convinced her she did not. Indeed, our Honorable Premier is a distinct graduate of this lesson as she continues to provide clarity in her leadership and demonstrate capacity in a provincial government's efforts to provide services to the people of Limpopo. The progress that the 7th administration has already achieved in a short space of 8 months and the vision and mission outlined in this SOPA bear testimony that indeed our Premier already had everything she needs within herself. Honorable Premier, let me commend the Premier, Honorable Popir Ramatuba, for delivering an accountable, practical, and visionary State of the Province address. The 2025 SOPA provides not only an account for the previous work of the ANC-led government, but also recount on the progress and challenges observed in the first 8 months of the 7th administration. This SOPA is a blueprint of the 7th administration medium-term development plan, chanting a clear path towards bettering the lives of the people of Limpopo through, amongst others, economic growth, job creation, food security, agriculture, and rural development, attested by the massive pledges our province ever received from the investors during the investment conference. Kannete tja etwa ke tshadi pele dinwa maswe a go tswa a fresh a go tswa ka kua dinguni kettle tja Mara le Tumba. The reality of this idiom is literally experienced by the people of Limpopo because they are their own liberators, as confirmed in this SOPA, where the Premier took 10 minutes of her time strengthening the province economic pillars, in particular agriculture and mining, in pursuit of driving the inclusive economic growth, job creation, reduction of poverty, while tackling the highest cost of living as we build a capable and developmental state. And myself and MEC Matibe, we have heard her, and we will do everything in our powers to hit the ground running, and we have started. The Premier's invitation of the young women farmer from Mulechi, who is immensely supported by this province, Honorable Wilson, to be upgraded from the backyard farmer to a small-scale farmer, and also an aspirant to become a fully commercial farmer, bears testimony to inclusive economy that touches the lives of the people of Limpopo, including the designated groups. As much as the Premier sampled to Wendy Mushaka, as a testimony, we'll have more padders in the pool, which include the likes of Harosa Haros, the young interpreter, a sweet potato yogurt process plant here in Polokwane Industrial Zone, and the rest will be unfolded during the budget speech. Just recently, our Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, together with the Agricultural Research Council, hosted an agro-processing community outreach at Masia Village, Vembe District. We believe that turning agricultural raw materials into durable products will strengthen rural economy and enhance food security in the province. This agro-processing community outreach was aimed at educating small-scale rural farmers on the importance of agro-processing. The Premier emphasized on agriculture and mining, also prompted the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Honorable Steenhuisen, Honorable Wilson, to write me a letter to request Limpopo to host the G20 Agricultural Working Group Summit meeting on the 26th to the 28th of May 2025. The preparatory activities leading to G20 Summit, which our President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa will be hosting, in order to promote policies and investment that facilitate inclusive market participation, support low-income and resource-poor emerging farmers. Our commitment to agro-processing as a province is outlined in the RAVEC, an initiative poised to significantly increase agricultural input, driving job creation, enhancing food security, and improving rural livelihoods. Within the we have heard you, Honorable Premier, and myself and Lidet MEC. We have just recently visited the Leboagomo Abattoir, which is at an advanced state, ready to kickstart with the first batch of chicks readily available. And despite the setback of vandalism of CPC broiler house, we have just appointed the service provider to refurbish other broiler farmers that are within 100 kilometers of the abattoir, that will also meet the South African good agricultural practice in order to meet the international market economy. Honorable Speaker, Dr. David Ndineni Matlobo, in his recent doctoral thesis, Sustainability of Vegetable Production Systems by Small-Scale Farmers of Limpopo Province in South Africa, found that farmers experience rare events such as droughts, floods, unpredictable rainfall, and extreme temperatures. And our province is not immune from that, as we have realized much flooding, the black frost, and African armyworms, which impacted negatively on the slow implementation and exhaustion of our CAS budget. But we are resilient, we will penetrate. That too shall pass. As our farmers, we are receiving sufficient training to mitigate all the impact of climate change. Honorable Speaker, let me take this opportunity also to commend our MEC of Transport and Community Safety and the Provincial Police Commissioner for the recent engagement with stock farmers across the province, notable arrests such as the one at an auction in Mokopane. Honorable Premier, let me emphasize this. Indeed, most of our land reform projects like Zibedela Citrus are mainly held back by communal property associations. The 2023-2024 annual report of the Department of Land Reform and Rural Development indicates that 82% of the registered CPAs are non-compliant and characterized by conflicts and disputes among themselves. Honorable Mapolo, with kicking the ball out of the box and completely kicking the whole box outside, the province is hard at work to fix the damage in Zebediela Citrus estate, caused by one of the lumpen proletariat, the so-called men of regalia, who shot fellow working classes while they were protesting for their workers' rights, causing the disruption, brought the sea trials into its knees, and has since suffered a serious financial backlog, which led to the plant to exercise liquidation. Honorable Speaker, with the intervention of the Honorable Premier and the Department of Land Reforms and Rural Development, strides has been realized to reconstitute the long-lapsed Zebediela CPA. The development of the master plan in partnership with the catalytic impact will then realize the newly established CPA to constitute the steering committee, which will spearhead the implementation of the master plan in phases until its final completion in this, and it will find its expression in this 2025-2026 financial year. Honorable Speaker, we are pleased to confirm that the Provincial Agricultural Expo, as announced by the Premier in the State of the Province address, will be held on the 13th and 15th of March at the Ranch Polokwane. Noting that this year marks 70 years since the launch of the Freedom Charter, we will use this important period of our history to intensify our service delivery strides in our communities. Our plan of action is well articulated in our 2024 election manifesto, and we shall be using every iota of our vein to ensure that its objectives are realized. Having achieved the 97%
As you
plus,
conclude, Honorable
yes,
Nakedi, thank
yes,
you.
of the electricity and the 300 days of no electricity load shedding, together with the Premier, Dr. Popira Matuba, we will work aggressively to provide clean and potable water. Equally, guard vigorously against, with law and enforcement agencies, against the misnomer of construction of mafias in our communities who are hampering progress, including the vandalism of the CPC. In conclusion, as we celebrate South African Human Rights Month, the International Women's Month, let me conclude my debate with the lines from the poem by Pakistani poet Aisha Islam in her poem, "Let's flap our wings and fly together. Break the chains of patriarchy forever. We stand united, hand in hand, no longer silent. We take a stand. We need more women in leadership roles, their ideas, vision, and their goals. Watinta bafazi, watinta mbokot."
Thank you very much, Honorable Nakedi Kekana. We shall now call upon Honorable Machete Pesi. I have my watch here. I've got it. Honorable Machete will then. Can we switch on his mic, please? Yeah. Honorable members, can we be orderly, please? Honorable members, thank you, Honorable Machete. Can we also allow Honorable Machete to debate from his seat and sitting? Thank you very much.
No, thanks very much, Honorable Speaker. Let me proceed from the established protocol as already done. But of course, to also proceed from the premise that our debate for SOPA takes place at the beginning of the Human Rights Month. The massacre that took place on the 21st March 1960 is a central and important event in the struggle against apartheid, where police opened fire on a peaceful protest. The event is highlighting the sacrifice made for democracy and human rights in the country. This month serves as a time to acknowledge the sacrifice made by those who fought against apartheid and to reaffirm the importance of human rights, as human rights are worker rights. Therefore, as members of the legislature representing the residents of this province, we must make sure that their expectations are met through services and their human rights are respected. We welcome the Premier's vision or plan of revitalizing the economy of this province into a new era of energy empowerment. Indeed, we want our province to be the first to achieve universal access to energy. It will be crucial for achieving sustainable development as it directly impacts poverty reduction, economic growth, improved health education, and gender equality by providing essential services and enabling people to live better lives and contribute more fully to their communities. This access to energy will act as a catalyst for overall societal progress. We encourage our Premier to ensure that this promise is not let down, as it is crucial for sustainable development and economic growth. We will perform our oversight role diligently to ensure that this goal 7 of Sustainable Development Goals is achieved. The Premier, in a speech to the people of Limpopo, had mentioned municipalities of Maruleng, Elias Mutsualedi, and Tabazimbi to be pioneers in municipal energy security. Since, well, these municipalities will be spearheading the development of their own generation schemes, utilizing cutting-edge renewable energy technologies, monitoring and evaluation should be done timelessly and continuously. Once this is implemented, it should reduce the cost of purchasing electricity to the downtrodden masses. In the same breath of growing our economy in the Limpopo province, we also observed with great concerns that projects that are supposed to create jobs are not off the ground. They took a lot of time to rise, and the government has spent a lot of money. It is important that this 7th administration helps with DLR Citrus Farm. We must not leave it to the communities alone to run it. It will be important that the relevant department deploy at least 2 personnel to help run the project once it is funded. There should also be capacity building programs for the management of the farm to mitigate the possibility of the farm to collapse. Honorable Deputy Speaker, we commend the office of the Premier for fulfilling its commitment to revitalize the Luwahomu chicken abatta and Mashashani hatchery. It is significant that the operation of those projects should kickstart since, well, the infrastructure challenges have been addressed. The up and running of this project will boost the morale of the communities of Luwahomu and Mashashani, including surrounding areas. Hence, the Premier in her address mentioned that vandalism took place at broiler houses. There should be provision of security personnel. The deployment of security personnel should also include the Luwahomu chicken abatta and the Mashashani hatchery. These are the farm projects that we believe will reduce unemployment in their respective area. Our economy cannot grow without us supporting the SMEs. Leader must play its role and fulfill its mandate by ensuring that those SMEs receive the support they deserve. We are talking about creating decent and quality jobs, as well as reducing the rate of unemployment. If leader, the vehicle intended to help us grow the economy, tightens criteria that disqualifies SMEs to receive disbursements of loans, should become a serious concern. We must bear in mind that we created great expectations for the residents of Limpopo that there will be jobs. We are in concurrence with the Premier of Limpopo that the underperformance of leader to dispense loans to SMEs in Limpopo, a great province, is unacceptable. Leader must improve on this matter and help us make Limpopo a great province to reside. We are on the view that the relevant portfolio committee will provide guidance during oversight to ensure that the deliverables from this SOCs are realized. Deputy Speaker, the government led by the ANC in Limpopo realized that shortage of water in communities is a crisis. Rains are pouring down, therefore there should be a strategy to harvest rainfall that flows without being given direction and ultimately cause floods in the households. A connected effort should also be done to agree with traditional leaders not to establish settlements without the knowledge or planning from the municipalities. The continuous allocation of unplanned sites to communities without the involvement of municipalities end up bringing the government and communities at loggerheads for the slow pace of service delivery. We welcome the established provincial water task team and its technical working group by the Office of the Premier. We believe and encourage the team to consider the views, to incorporate some of the views proposed to reduce the water crisis, particularly on finding a strategy to harvest water that we lose during rainy days. We are encouraged as this August House that our government is concerned about the water crisis. We further encourage the Premier that the launching of Asia in Nwamati Friday, with its significant progress being registered, must be monitored to ensure that bid bridges, its completion, and the community drink clean and quality water. We should not allow the project to dive with the nose and frustrate the voters. As members of this August House, we will play our oversight role. We must treat crime and abuse of substances and alcohol as our enemy and the enemy of the society. Crime and substance abuse have the potential to undermine economic development because they damage the minds of the society. The Premier highlighted that a summit was convened and several stakeholders participated in that summit. There should be no stone left unturned if those resolutions are implemented.
As you conclude, Honorable Machete.
Thanks very much. As I gravitate towards closure, I would want to believe that all the 6 priorities of government, as led by the African National Congress, have been encapsulated as well. Thanks very much, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Machete. I shall now call upon Honorable Mos Andres.
Machete, you are the only honest man there we see. The only man we
Order, order, Honorable Mokwane. Please. Yes. Thank you very much.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Premier, esteemed members of the Executive Council, all protocol observed. Honorable Deputy Speaker, our Premier has rightly stated that agriculture is vital to the Limpopo, and the view of the VF Plus fully support this. However, our farmers have not received the necessary support. Over the past year, the farmers were faced with severely natural disasters from wildfires, black frost, flooding, drought, and recent African armyworm outbreak. These disasters have severely impacted agriculture output, particularly in the Capricorn, Waterberg, and Sekhukhune districts, where many farmers report significant crop damage. Additionally, challenges such as impassable roads hinder market access, leading to further losses. Last year, disasters devastated farmland, destroying crops, livestock, and infrastructure, severely affecting farmers' livelihoods and local economies. The FF Plus pleads again for assistance to these farmers, Honorable Premier. It is the FF Plus view that agriculture, forestry, and fisheries should be cherished as sectors that create jobs, alleviate poverty, contribute to the economic growth, and protect food security for all communities in the province. Honorable Speaker, many hospitals' infrastructures are deteriorating, facing issues such as water shortages and a lack of personnel, while the existing staff are overwhelmed with their workloads. The department has increased the ambulance fleet due to the 320 clinics not operating 24/7. Patients needing after-hours medical assistance can use ambulances to reach the nearest facilities, but response times are slow, and transport delays can jeopardize lives due to poor road conditions with potholes and hinder swift and safe patient transport. Additionally, there is a significant backlog in surgical procedures, with some patients waiting up to 6 months for surgery after being discharged with a broken hip. The FF Plus urges the Department of Health to address these issues. Honorable Premier, while your inauguration of 2 new primary schools in Sekhukhune is commendable, it does not address the urgent educational needs of the communities. Many students remain without placements, particularly in high-demand areas like Polokwane and Mokopane. Ketlani Primary School is severely overcrowded, with one classroom exceeding 100 students and others housing 87, 70, and 77 learners. Additionally, concerns about student transportation in Mafefe has risen due to the recent school closures and mergers, with parents worried about the unsafe conditions and buses that required ignition cables and stones for braking. The FF Plus is committed to mother tongue education up to the highest possible level, and the function of providing education and regulating education should be separated. Honorable Speaker, the SEZ compromises 2 sites near Mosina and Mukadu, covering about 11,500 hectares. However, these are serious
As
concerns
you
about...
conclude, Honorable Moss.
Thank you. In conclusion, about the potential destruction of 120,000 hectares of natural vegetation due to coal mines and other developments outside the zone. The removal of endangered tree species like the baobab, leadwood, and shepherd trees is a significant threat, with tree loss taking centuries to come back to the areas. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Moss. I shall now call upon Honorable Rachweni Ernest.
No, ke a leboha. Honorable Speaker, in absentia, Mayor Grace Makoma Makrupecha. Oh, Lord. My apologies, Honorable Speaker. Deputy Speaker, Honorable Mam Rovela, Honorable Premier Mayor Dr. Popira Matuba, Chief Whip of the Majority Party, Honorable Mokhonyana, esteemed colleagues and the people of Limpopo Province. I stand before you today to reflect on the State of the Province address delivered by our Premier, Mayor Dr. Popira Matuba. Hey, happy to deliver the speech sa official, Msadi ya Modimo. Re a o leboga. Her address highlighted both the strides we have made and the challenges that lies ahead. As the MEC for Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure, I'm particularly attuned to the infrastructure developments that underpin our province's growth and prosperity. As the ANC-led provincial administration, we are very clear that infrastructure is critical to creating favorable conditions for production and consumption, facilitating economy, and to providing much needed access for our people to services, facilities, and opportunities. We are redoubling our efforts. From 1994, government has concentrated on infrastructure development in a range of areas that has picked up speed as program management and other elements have improved and developed. Delivering the State of the Province address, the Premier noted that the Limpopo contribution to the national GDP has risen from 7.2 to 7.7. This is a testament to our collective efforts in harnessing the province's potential. However, with an unemployment rate of 31.9%, it is evident that economic growth must translate into job creation. The 7th administration is responding very well to this challenge, where it has prioritized job creation and growing the province economy. Honorable members, allow me to reiterate the words of the Honorable
Premier Dr. Popiri Matuba, who said we must consciously industrialize, especially in sectors such as manufacturing, agriculture, and construction to advance inclusive growth and job creation. These sectors have the potential to elevate our growth trajectory and create employment opportunities. As the 7th administration, we understand well that there must be collaborative efforts between government and the private sector to create jobs. We are seeing government departments and state-owned entities redoubling their efforts to respond to this call. In the Department of Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure, we are also responding very well to a call to create jobs. We have recently appointed 174 permanent jobs, and majority of those jobs are for young people. By the end of this month, we intend to unveil the second cohort of 150 new employees in the Department of the Khere in the province. It is also important to highlight that these are just not numbers, but a workforce which will translate direct to improved service delivery. Infrastructure development plays a pivotal role in this translation. Our road network, spanning approximately 21,000 kilometers, remains a cornerstone of our infrastructure. Yet 68% of these roads are gravel, presenting challenges for connectivity and economic activities. To address this, we have embarked on an ambitious plan to tar the remaining 13,196 kilometers of gravel, a project estimated at 300 billion. As the MEC tasked with responsibility to lead Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure Department, I joined a national trip to the Middle East. Some investors expressed confidence on the South African government as led by President CIC Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa. Some of them are investing directly in the province and promise to bring more investment. Furthermore, the infrastructure ministry of the 4 countries have pledged to work with us jointly in infrastructure development. We once more want to appreciate the opportunity presented by the President and the Premier for allowing me to join this official working visit representing the Limpopo provincial government as led by the African National Congress. This endeavor is not just about roads, it's about laying down pathways to economic opportunities, especially in our rural areas. The Honorable Premier spoke at length about the work of the Khere Wednesday and Inwamate Friday. Many other service delivery initiatives that are aimed at ensuring that we address water challenges as well as dealing with the bad state of our roads infrastructure. Furthermore, the establishment of the provincial water tax team with its technical working group, which has been led by the Office of the Premier, is clear indication that the ANC-led government is determined and working tirelessly to ensure that our people get clean running water. In alignment with the Premier's vision for job creation, our department launched the Khere Wednesday program, service delivery project, in July last year. This initiative focuses on grading, regraveling, and clearing roads across the province. Importantly, by the end of March, we shall have created over 300 permanent jobs for unemployed youth, ensuring that our infrastructure projects also serve as a catalyst for employment. By maintaining our roads, we not only improve transportation, but also instill a sense of ownership and pride amongst our youth. This will further strengthen government capacity through our 36 cost centers. Safety on our roads remains a pressing concern. The R573 Molot Road corridor, for instance, has been notorious for accidents, affecting approximately 50,000 daily commuters. The ongoing upgrade by the South African National Roads Agency, SANRAL, expected to be completed by 2025, aimed to transform this road into a safer passage for our people. Our collaboration with SANRAL exemplifies our commitment to enhancing road safety across Limpopo province. We would like to also take this opportunity and indicate to this House that the department has made significant progress in stabilizing Road Agency Limpopo. We are putting efforts to make sure that we bring this entity back to its former glory. Manana Speaker, looking ahead, the Limpopo Road Safety Strategy for 2025-2035 has been launched to reduce road trauma in our province. This strategy emphasizes improving multimodal transport, enhancing road infrastructure, increasing vehicle safety, encouraging behavior change, boosting traffic law enforcement, strengthening post-crash response, and managing speed. By adopting international best practices such as Vision Zero and the safe system approach, we aim to eliminate traffic fatalities and serious injuries. Honorable Speaker, before I conclude, let me educate some of you, especially from other sides, I mean the opposition benches. We are seized here with undoing the apartheid legacy of two economies in our country, particularly in Limpopo. We know that developed economy suffers from a lack of cost competitiveness in relation to the global economy, while the underdeveloped part of the economy, which represent the experiences of a high proportion of our people, especially the poor and marginalized in our province, is an area where economic potential is not being enabled and harnessed due to the backlogs and underinvestment in social and productive capital. We are sharpening our focus and we will not change our trajectory. In conclusion, while the Premier's address highlighted significant achievements, it is also served as a clarion call for intensified efforts in infrastructure development. As the MAC for Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure, I reaffirm our department's dedication to transforming Limpopo's infrastructure landscape. By doing so, we not only pave the roads, but also the way to economic growth, job creation, and improved quality of life for all our residents. Let us move forward with unity and determination, ensuring that our infrastructure projects reflects the aspiration of our people and the legacy we wish to leave for the future. Thank you, thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Rachweni. There by the gallery, you are not allowed to take pictures, please. Thank you very much. We shall now allow Honorable Veli Lejek.
Gwaza Mkondo Gwaza.
Gwaza. Honorable Deputy Speaker and Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Mukhwane, please. There's already a
and,
speaker on the
Honorable
podium.
Premier of the province.
Order, please.
Let me take this opportunity to respond on the Premier's State of the Province address. The Premier firstly was honest in her speech. She accepted that
Honorable Veli, may you please take your seat, Chair of Chairs?
Yeah, I just wanted to check what is it parliamentary for a member to wear a cap in this August House. Where I read, it says that unless it's for religious purpose,
Thank you very much, Chair of Chairs. Honorable Velile, I think you've also read the rules. May you please take off your cap? I'm sorry for I'm sorry, I didn't recognize that. May you please respect the House and take off your cap so that we may proceed?
now, Honorable Deputy Speaker, that was not an order, it was a question. I'm ready to answer that question.
No, you can't answer the rules,
No,
Honorable Velile.
Me-
You cannot answer the rules, Honorable Velile. It's not for, may I please speak, Honorable Velile, and also please respect this house.
I've been addressing this house with
Can
this
I-
cap on.
But I'm still talking.
Why
Honorable
today,
Velile,
Honorable Deputy Speaker?
Honorable Velile, can I talk so that you may talk
Oh,
if there is
you are
anything?
talking and I'm responding to you.
Honorable Velile, I don't know if when you came into this house you have read the rules or you were part of that induction workshop for the members. I don't know if you, but you cannot respond while I am talking. I want to talk on the order and then rule over it.
Why today?
So can I talk, Honorable Velile? If you are not going to listen to me, you will sit down.
No, I should.
If you are going to talk while I am talking, you are going to sit down.
Why today, Honorable Deputy Speaker?
Honorable Velile, you are going to take off your cap and proceed, or you put on your cap, you go and sit down.
No, Honorable Speaker, I'm wearing a uniform, a military
Honorable
uniform
Velile,
here.
let me read. Let me read this for you. Let me read this for you, Honorable Velile, with respecting you, ne?
No, you are very oppressive.
Honorable Velile.
You are very oppressive.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Velile.
You are very oppressive.
Honorable Velile, thank you very much. You may continue. Your time is being eaten while you are talking there.
You have
need to
eaten my
debate.
time. As I was saying, that the Premier has acknowledged the failures of her party in terms of potholes in the province and also the citrus fruits at Zebediel as one of the failures. The Premier spoke in August 2024 like there was a new sheriff in town. She spoke like a beacon of hope to the poorest child somewhere in the deep rural areas. We knew they would fail once again. With pride, the Premier in her SOPA 2025 is admitting that they had not done the necessary consultations concerning the Musina Makato SEZ that started 8 years ago. A fence was put around an area that does not belong to the state. Why? Was this another way of securing a tender to misuse the taxpayers' money? What if the land claims process fail? I guess it will be another wasteful expenditure, as usual. What is worse is that they promised about 22,000 jobs in the people of Musina Makato. Fellow Limpopians, it seems even the next 8 years, we will still be talking about Musina Makato as a failed project. The Khere Wednesdays and the Innovative Fridays were a total failure. Honorable Premier, you are failing to provide basics to our people. The conditions of our people is regressing by the day. Honorable Premier, your ideas of taking Limpopo forward will not materialize until you put yourself in the shoes of people drowning in poverty. In the SONA 2024, it was stated that GBV and mental health awareness issues were declared a pandemic, but you did not say anything about them. Limpopo is bleeding, young people are dying, they are failing to endure the pain of being a mahlalela with qualifications. Graduate programs, internships, and EPWP are not jobs. The rise in the number of suicide and depression, mostly amongst the youth, is due to unemployment. They are even failing to secure, when that's straight. The youth is due to unemployment. They are even failing to secure even an internship because they are given to comrades overnight. We are tired of hearing we will when there are resources to rejuvenate our province, but decide to not.
Thank you very much, Honorable Velile. Your time is up.
You have been so oppressive, Shem.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Velile. I shall now call upon Honorable Simopela Faith.
And ukamile miriri.
Honorable Speaker and the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Premier Dr. Popi Ramathuba, Honorable members of the Executive Council, Honorable members of the Legislature, the Chief Whip, and members of the Whipari, leaders of opposition parties, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Dimacheloni. Honorable Speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to take from Honorable Kekana, as she had just reminded our colleagues and the women of Limpopo that on Saturday, the 8th of March, 2025, the world will celebrate International Women's Day. This day was officially recognized by the United Nations in 1977 with its origins rooted in the labor movement of the early 20th century. Women must celebrate this day with pride because it is their sweat that ensured that women's rights are protected and their participation in the political and economic arena is recognized. Honorable Speaker, we cannot talk about growing the economy without talking about industrialization in Limpopo. Whether in mining, manufacturing, or agro-processing, these sectors serve as key pillars that drive job creation. Limpopo has immense opportunities for industrialization through value addition, beneficiation, and sub-regional integration. We need to tap into the mineral wealth which is beneath the soil to benefit the people of our province. The province has got about 108 mines extracting valuable minerals such as platinum, coal, copper, phosphate, diamonds, and chrome, and others. These minerals are exported globally to the markets in Europe, Asia, and America, creating jobs and wealth abroad while offering little benefit to the people of Limpopo who live alongside these mines. Madam Speaker, I want to urge the honorable members of this House to go and watch a documentary called The Gold Mafia, which was an investigation that was done by Al Jazeera that exposes how gold is being smuggled out of the country of Zimbabwe. The documentary details how smugglers buy gold from small-scale miners who produces nearly half of Zimbabwe's gold and they export it to Dubai for refining. That is why you see Dubai is so lavish, Honorable Speaker. These smugglers, they're reported to make around 20 to 30 million per week. Now you can imagine how much the immense profits that are being made by the large-scale miners, mining operations that are happening here in Limpopo, all at the expense of the people of Limpopo who are sitting without jobs. We must take a decisive action to reindustrialize our province. No more than 50% of raw materials should leave Limpopo unprocessed. Instead, we must ensure that the minerals are refined and converted into finished products here locally so that they can create jobs and stimulate economic growth within our province. Honorable Wilson, there's indeed mac and cheese in the province. There's indeed mac and cheese in the province. The Premier has given us hope by highlighting the efforts of the Limpopo Economic Development, Environment and Tourism Led Department to operationalize the Messina Mercado Special Economic Zone through a structured 6-point plan. However, we must caution against directing all efforts towards Messina Mercado, SEZ. Equal attention and resources must be allocated to Fetahomutuba's special economic zone to ensure a widespread employment opportunities across the province. We also welcome the partnership between the government and Glencore Mine in establishing the Skills Development Center, an initiative that will actually equip our youth with critical skills. Progress in the implementation of the Messina Mercado Special Zone Economic Zone is encouraging. We also acknowledge the ongoing intergovernmental cooperation between national and national departments and Musina Makhado municipality in rezoning land for use on the north side. This marks a significant step towards realizing our vision for economic freedom. The Premier reported in this house that the Makhado Municipality Tribunal that said on the 28th of February 25 would finalize the issue that was very thorny on the south side, requiring the approval of the establishment of the township. The approval is very important in the sense that the people who would want to settle there would also receive quality services. These kinds of settlements are required where there's an involvement of relevant stakeholders to enable proper planning. We believe the House will receive a favorable response, Premier, regarding the sitting of the Makhado Municipality Tribunal. We commend our provincial government for achieving 99.78% compliance rate in ensuring the payment of invoices within 30 days between April 2024 and January 2025. This is a commendable effort, and we encourage further commitment to achieving a 100% compliance rate. Payments that are made on time, they enable the businesses to operate efficiently, thus enhancing the rate of service delivery and stability. We call upon the Premier to also encourage municipalities to comply with the 30-day payment of invoices. We also welcome the completion of Ramalikane Steelboard Bridge, which replaces an outdated, hazardous steel bridge. It is a good initiative by the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure to have built it before accidents and any tragic things could happen. This kind of infrastructure are very necessary to ease the lives of motorists and pedestrians and minimizes the protests that would arise from that area. The Ramalikana Bridge would enable communities to participate in the social and economic activities. Thank you, Nakenza Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sobopela. I shall now call upon Honorable Maila Koboti.
Thanks very much, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Honorable Premier. Tago lebo ke bona ole moetapele a sa duleng ka ofising. Moetapele wa go ditšhabeng. Honorable Chief Whip and Deputy Chief Whip, the Chairperson of Portfolio Committees, and all esteemed members of Limpopo Legislature. Tobela Afsheni, Timachero, good morning, Hoye More. As UAT, we demand immediate action on land redistribution in our province. The continued enjoyment of stolen land by minority is unacceptable. We need a clear, practical plan outlining the process for returning land to its rightful owners. Our people have the skills and determination to utilize this land for self-sustenance through mining and other ventures. The success of individuals like Wendy Moteha proves this. We expect to see significant progress in land allocation by the next SOPA, with over millions hectares returned to our people. UAT support industrialization that privatize job creation, empowers local business capable of executing large-scale projects. We must remove barriers that prevent local participation in government initiatives and the mainstream economy. For example, why are Chinese companies invest in solar power plants when we have hundreds of local companies with the skills and knowledge to do so? This is a slap in the face to our graduates. Let us give our own people the opportunity to showcase their skills and commit to supporting local business with major projects. We are tired of Asian, American, and European companies benefiting from our country under the disguise of investment. While investment is necessary for economic growth, we must prioritize investment that truly benefit our province. We don't need foreign investment for projects like solar power plants. We have the resources and expertise right here. Let us focus on attracting investment that address our province-specific needs. We are deeply concerned about stalled projects that require urgent intervention. These include the rebuilding of bridges in a Great Aldaba municipality, the construction of the shortcut road to Elim from N1 via Mailaskop in Vembe, and roads leading to schools like Mapao Primary in Sukukune. Infrastructure delays across the province cause imminent frustration in our communities. These issues must be addressed swiftly to ensure timely delivery of service to our people. The water crisis in Limpopo is there.
As you conclude,
Access-
Honorable Mkovodi.
As I conclude, access to this basic necessity of life is limited. A situation was worsened by a lack of investment in water infrastructure and incompetent municipalities. We need a more robust plan to address this crisis, one that includes short-term, medium-term, and long-term measures. The current strategies are clearly failing our people. We really support all the black emerging farmers here in the Limpopo province, but we are saying that no farmer should just own hectares that are not utilized for agricultural activities. The government should provide land for the Limpopo agricultural market. We must have Limpopo agricultural market where all the farmers can bring their agricultural product to be sold. The commercial farmers will use it before everything is exported or taken outside Limpopo. Ke a leboga.
Thank you, Relebohile, Honorable Mkovodi. We shall now call upon Honorable MEC Nyamuope Ramakanya Mabunguru Rori.
The Macheron, the Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Tebogo Mamrobele, the Honorable Speaker, Makoma Makrupecha, the Honorable Premier, Dr. Popira Matuba, Leader of Government Business, Honorable Makamu, colleagues, Honorable MECs, the Chief Whip of the Legislature, the leadership of the governing party of the African National Congress in Limpopo, leaders of the opposition political parties, and also, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable members of the House, and also the honorable chairpersons of all committees in our House. Imagine, Honorable Speaker, a Limpopo where the sun rises not just over baobabs and vast mineral wealth, but over a generation of innovators, educators, and entrepreneurs. A province where every child, every woman, a person with disability, no matter what their background holds, the tools to shape their destiny. Today, we gather to start a journey to actualize the plans and the directives as said in the Premier's speech, to forge an economic revolution rooted in equity, education, and the untapped potential of those too long left on the margins. We want to take this time and opportunity, Honorable Deputy Speaker, to appeal to the members of the House to stop to use TikTok as their reference. Some of the statements that have been uttered here, it's members who sit on TikTok, open and see actors mimicking service delivery issues. Then they think they are real. They bring them here. Stop using your cell phone as a reference. Education has long been recognized as a cornerstone in the development and empowerment of individuals and societies. Prominent figures such as President Nelson Mandela, President O.R. Tambo, and Che Guevara understood the transformation power of education, not only in shaping individual lives, but also constructing robust foundation for nations. President Mandela proclaimed that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. As he became the first president of our democratic country, he worked hard to restore the dignity of our learners and educators through partnership with communities, involving parents in the education of their children, empowering communities to start to use the language that they could understand. At the same time, President Tambo also emphasized its critical role in fighting injustice and fostering equality. Honorable members, education is the bedrock upon which sustainable futures and economies are built, untimely shaping the trajectory of an entire nation. Honorable members, as you are also advocates for our children's futures, we are gathered here today to engage in a critical, important discussion whose foundation was laid by the Honorable Premier in a recent State of the Provincial Address around advancing our provincial economic development through a responsive curriculum to prepare learners for proper careers. As we stand at the crossroads of educational reform, we are charged with a profound responsibility to ensure that the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and innovators emerges from our classrooms equipped, inspired, and ready to forge a brighter future for all. We thank the President of South Africa, His Excellency Mr. Ramaphosa, for the Bella Act that strengthened the voice of transformation in education. The Bella Act in the 7th administration is still addressing the aftermath of many years of people denied infrastructure, denied using their own language, sometimes being isolated and not accepted in our schools because of the language. And the Bella Act is here to give the voice to those communities. Recent statistics reveals a remarkable achievement of schools pass rate. Our goal, Honorable Speaker, must be merely to attain, not to attain 90%, but to redefine what truly means to excel in education, not just in numbers. 2025 is a year, Honorable Premier, of academic excellence and teacher support. As we strive for excellence, we must keep a keen eye on our critical aspect of ECD. Honorable Premier, in your speech, you actually referred to the empirical evidence telling us on focusing on formative years, fostering long-term academic success, laying groundwork for the severe pathways for potential for our young learners. Our programs of supplying stationery and resources to ECD centers will close this gap for both children and rural ECDs and the children in the cities. In rural communities, accessibility has increased since we even have this facility in the section of our primary schools. We are ready for the revolution of the young minds. As we embrace the 4th industrial revolution, our goal is to equip our schools with digital tools and harness technological advances. Still, we are faced with stark realities. Honorable Premier, the introduction of coding and robotics in our schools and the school that, through partnership with the Department of DHED, Science and Technology, have since received media libraries as a testament to the speech and as a testament to actualize the goals that you have set. The continuation and increasing of focus schools will actually see us winning the battle of fighting illiteracy in our province. To unlock the agricultural schools, we have signed an MOU with Agriculture Department with the Honorable MEC to strengthen the support. For the department has another MOU with the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, which is focusing on promoting sports in the schools. And we believe that through this, we'll motivate our learners through talent. And we believe a healthy mind is going to give us a healthy body. To boost tourism careers in our schools and curriculum, both the Department of Education and LIDET will jointly invest in the Discovery Center, which will promote both STEM subject, tourism, and technology. Honorable Speaker, we have launched in February and March an infrastructure drive that is seeing us responding to the speech by the Premier, where we are opening 4 schools in a week as a maximum, or 2 schools in a week for the month of February and March, just to show showcase that we are ready to give our communities infrastructure. And all this is happening in the 7th administration being led by the Honorable Premier Dr. Popira Matuba. Not about a government that is coming, a government that is existing. We want to also say we are ready, Honorable Deputy Speaker, to have a conversation about equity because we need to continue to address the issues of the marginalized. No one must be left behind. Remember, there is a girl born in a village, a disabled teen that need access to the special school, and all these, we can do it together. Heading the clearer call by the Honorable Premier, we are ready to empower schools with educators. In the 7th administration, we have hired educators, HODs, appointed principals, which is a way of strengthening our curriculum, and we have got teachers that starts between the age of 23 to 25, and in March we are embarking on a drive to empower them. They will be workshopped and be strengthened to be able to service our system. Finally, education must be a thriving ecosystem, a thread that is able to engage and connect communities. Parents, local leaders, and stakeholders should be able to be in a dialogue about your speech, Honorable Premier, to address the issues in the Department of Education. Honorable Speaker, we are ready. We want to thank this House for your participation in our schools, and we are ready to transverse this terrain towards a future where every child in Limpopo will flourish. Let us do everything that we can do hand in hand, design for equity, inclusion, and access. These are not mere words. These are not just promises. Our aim is to rise and fight illiteracy in Limpopo. Happy International Women's Month. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nyamwope Ramakanya. I shall now call upon Honorable Khutatso Mokgwane.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Revolutionary greetings to the caucus of the EFF under the leadership of Commissar Lawrence Mapole. Honorable Speaker, Vladimir Lenin teaches us that a lie told often enough becomes the truth. The Premier themed her administration Dilodi Chenchite in an attempt to sell an empty dream to the people of Limpopo. Things have changed where and when.
I want to raise a point of order, neighbor. Relax. Yes, Deputy Speaker, I want to establish if it is parliamentary for an honorable member of this House to address this House barefoot. I want to establish if it's barefoot. Barefooted. Unless if there's some gomic tendencies.
Thank you, Honorable Mate. I'm sure she's having problems with her feet. Is there any medical matters or maybe calling Honorable Mokgwane?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I have a calling. As we continue, the EFF debunked the myth that things have changed because nothing have changed. It is the same government of the ANC that led the province in the past 30 years and implementing the same neoliberal policies that prioritizes the interest of white monopoly capital. Honorable Speaker, a moralist view, a politician with integrity, is the one who strictly and resolutely upholds moral duties, such as honesty, truth-telling, transparency, and accountability, observance of the law, respect for fundamental rights and freedom. The Premier promised to take the people of Limpopo to greater heights, stimulate economic growth, upgrade infrastructure, and relaunch collapsed projects such as the Lubahomu Chicken Abattoir and Mashashani Hatchery. As we speak here today, these projects are still elephant in the room. This is tragic because these projects have potential to create hundreds of jobs for our people, but they've been badly run down by the incapable government of the ANC. The Leboa Kgomo chicken abattoir shenanigans expose the weakness of the government in sustaining developmental projects. Despite these bold commitments, the status quo of these projects remain the same with very little progress recorded. The security service providers get paid for not really doing much, but for guarding white elephants. In her endeavor to distance herself from the Matabata's failure, Premier Ramatuba introduced her new set of failures. Honorable Premier, woman to woman, as a mother, we invite you to collectively visit the project of Mewendi Mashaka, as you have spoken about her, to check that indeed everything that you have said here today, everything that has been reported to you, has indeed materialized. Honorable Speaker, Limpopo has a total road network of about 22,200 kilometers, which is about 5% of South Africa's total road network. 31% of the road network is tarred, while the rest is gravel and dirt. The province has seen an increase in demand for road infrastructure, which has led to service delivery protests in black communities. We invite the Premier to come with us to visit the access road in Madeira, Sokororo, D332 road from Mulejirangwe to Sunabarana for an oversight visit. Let us see what she will discover there. The Dikharakara Wednesday project must be used to employ more community members because our roads have collapsed all over the province. It must not be used as an opportunity to employ ANC comrades who know nothing about roads. However, the EFF appreciate the model applied to implement the Khere Wednesday because it is mainly in sources. But Honorable Premier, our people deserve quality services, not the regraveling of dusty roads, because these are not sustainable. People need permanent solutions like tar roads and pavements for better life and boosting their economic activities. The same model which is effective and cost-effective must be applied when tarring our roads, especially in rural areas. This is one practical example that the EFF is calling for, building state capacity and government by insourcing. The problem, Premier, you are using it for the wrong reasons, which is regraveling the roads. Limpopo Central Academic Hospital is moving in a snail pace, while the Limpopo Theatre continue to be hijacked by construction mafias, which from time to time. The solution of these problems reside in the EFF's cardinal pillar number 3 that states that building state and government capacity, which will lead to the abolishment of tenders. We can tell you for free, Honorable Premier, the source of the delays in this mega project is the fight for tenders. Honorable Speaker, of the 540 clinics in Limpopo, only 222 clinics operate 24 hours, meaning that 320 clinics do not operate 24 hours. The non-provision of services at night continue to negatively impact communities. Just recently, early this month, a 21-year-old woman gave birth outside a closed clinic at night in Rosenegal. The unemployed of Limpopo are compelled to pay for ambulance and hospital services. Even the dependents of the 350 rand are expected to pay. The EFF has called upon to intervene at Letaba Hospital, where an unemployed patient was denied to leave the hospital upon failure to pay for hospital services. During the Premier's speech, she kept on emphasizing that things have changed. Dilodi changed, but in reality, nothing has changed. Honorable Premier, women to women, and the MEC of Education, I know I've had this conversation with you about the Bachabangi Primary School and Lukulana Primary School in Mahake, in Sukukune district, where the constitution, where the conditions of those schools put the lives of our children in danger. There is nothing to be ashamed of, because as we are saying it today here, we are raising it on record, Honorable Premier, such that when anything happens, we are not told that you did not know. The school is collapsing, and one day you will be called when the school has collapsed and taken the lives of our children. Honorable Speaker, as we continue, the Honorable Premier is bragging about staggering figures in unsustainable housing provision, but she deliberately decided not to take the people of Limpopo to confidence about illegal activities involving advance payment of 33 million to a joint venture contract, Rainland Investment, CCJV, Kanisa Construction, Gauteng. in Gauteng, which was assigned to build Marapong Housing Development Project in Lephalale. The question to the Premier, which must answer with regard to Marapong Housing, is how much government has spent to date in trying to get this project running. Honorable Speaker, the people of Limpopo are feeling the brand of poor judgment by the ANC when it comes to appointment of leaders and positions of power and reluctant to implement their own policies. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, the EFF has declared the year of the 2025 as the year of the picket lines, and we commit here today that we will take over the street in protection and in defense of our people. As I'm about to go sit down, we want to wish a happy belated birthday to the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Economic Freedom Fighters, who are saying, thank you very much, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mokwane. I shall now call upon the MEC, Honorable Furufero Florence Raziran.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity afforded to me. Let me greet the Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, our Honorable Premier, esteemed members of the Executive Council, Leader of Government Business, Tatan Makamu, the Chief Whip and Deputy Chief Whip, Chair of Chairs and Deputy Chair of Chairs, honorable members of this august House, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very blessed afternoon to all of you. I stand before you today humbled by the remarkable address delivered by our Honorable Premier, outlining the tireless efforts, undeniable progress, significant milestone, and vital intervention orchestrated by our government to pave the way for a brighter tomorrow for the people of Limpopo. The words echoing through this chamber resonate with hope, promise, and steadfast commitment to uplifting our communities. Through the unwavering policies of the African National Congress, we witness a beacon of light illuminating the path towards a future where prosperity, equality, and opportunity flourish. It is abundantly clear that the ANC continues to embody the aspirations of the people, demonstrating time and again that through their leadership, a better life for all is not merely a lofty ideal, but an achievable reality. Thank you very much, Honorable Premier, for delivering a message that gives hope to the people of this province. And under the leadership of the African National Congress, we dare not to fail our people. Honorable Speaker, it is true that despite some underlying and persistent challenges, progress has been made in realizing the objectives set out in the Freedom Charter, which is this year. We will be making its 70th anniversary, the document which has been our inspiration and our strategic guide in realizing the kind of South Africa we live in today. It has been the living soul of our country's progressive constitution and the foundation of Vision 2030 of the National Development Plan. Everything we are doing is in pursuance of the vision of the National Development Plan to address the triple challenges of unemployment, poverty, and inequality. The responsibility weighs upon all of us as the struggle for radical socio-economic transformation still continues. Honorable Speaker, as we reflect on our journey since the beginning of the 7th administration, it is crucial to acknowledge the tremendous confidence that the people of our province have in the governing African National Congress under the leadership of our Honorable Premier. Together, we have marked a period of significant progress where our commitment to uplifting the vulnerable members of our society is evident in our action and our policies. The African National Congress has consistently demonstrated its resolve to create an inclusive society where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive. Honorable Speaker, our medium-term development plan is designed with a laser focus on the core issues affecting our communities. Through strategic investment in education, skills development, and infrastructure, we aim to provide the tools needed for self-sufficiency and economic empowerment. We recognize that enhancing our education system is paramount. By equipping our youth with the necessary skills, we can ensure they are ready to compete in a modern economy. Additionally, Honorable Speaker, our plans as outlined by the Honorable Premier to boost infrastructure development will not only create immediate job opportunities, but also foster long-term economic growth by attracting investment that catalyze business development in our province. Honorable Speaker, we have declared in this province poverty as enemy number one. This is not just a mere statement. It is our rallying cry and a commitment to each and every citizen of this province. We recognize that poverty is more than just a number. It is an obstacle to our collective progress, a barrier that stifles potential and dreams, particularly for our most vulnerable, being our children. Since Premier instructed us to provide food to 7,200 from just over 4,000 households during the start of the 7th administration. In response to that commitment, we have provided, Honorable Premier, food to over 8,000 households, and we are continuing in that program. We will spare no effort to ensure that poverty is defeated in the province. And to Honorable Mapolo, I want to indicate that when it comes to the matter that you have raised in this August House, the matter that is very important because it affects the lives of our people. I want to indicate to this August House that Limao family was visited by the team from social development, provided with food parcels, and referred to SASSA for child support grant top-up, which they are to receive anytime. There were many cases you referred to me as the MEC for social development, and many of them received the immediate attention. We can't ignore matters that you refer to us as leaders in this government, regardless of the fact that the people of this province voted the African National Congress. We respect that you are part of us, and when you elevate matters affecting our people, we act with speed. We don't have any reason. I will share with you the detailed report of the family that I've just mentioned. Honorable Speaker, it is the ANC that understands the unique context of Limpopo. Our deep commitment to social development, empowerment, and poverty alleviation embodies the spirit of our people. Unlike other parties whose platform may promise change, but lack a grounded understanding of our socio-economic realities, we offer real, actionable plans for progress. And in conclusion, we have declared an all-out war on poverty. We remain resolute, Honorable Premier, in our vision that no child ever goes to bed hungry in Limpopo. The ANC stands ready to implement sustainable solutions that uplift, empower and transform lives. Together, let us strive forward, fortified by the unwavering support of constituents to foster a society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. As I finish, Honorable Speaker, I want to encourage all honorable members, especially those who are on opposition benches. You must take the work of the legislature very serious. All of you are serving in portfolio committees of this legislature, where detailed information is provided in terms of the performance that we are making. And majority of you choose not to attend.
You are lying and I won't allow you to lie to the public.
ANC
You are lying and I won't allow you to lie to the public. You are lying. We're attending portfolios. You are lying. How do you lie at your age? How do you lie at your age? We attend all portfolio committees. You must bring the report here. You can't lie to the public. You are lying.
We have never seen you. We have never seen you. We have never seen you. I've never seen you, Mapul. We have never seen you. We have never seen you.
I shall now, on a point of order, Speaker.
Honorable Mokwane.
This thing is not speaking. I want to be recorded. Oh, thank you. Honorable Speaker, we cannot allow an honorable member to stand here addressing our people, telling lies that members of the opposition are not attending portfolio committees. We are attending portfolio committees, and there is evidence to that. There is evidence to that. So we're asking her to come and substantiate what she has said. She can't lie to our people. If you go to the page of the legislature, every committee meeting, we are there in our overalls. It can't be correct that you allow her to lie like that. She must be clear, she must be specific. Who is not attending committees? She must be clear.
And another order here. Order.
There can't be order on top of the order,
Order.
Honorable Mapolo. There can't be order on top of the order.
No,
and
it's
I'm
there.
quite sure you
It's
are
my
raising
order.
the same
It's
thing.
me. She lied. She lied here.
Those who are not.
She lied.
I'm saying,
Hey,
Honorable Mapolo.
exhibit here.
Honorable Mapolo, I understand what you're saying. Can I talk? Can I talk before you raise your hand? Thank you very much. Honorable Mapolo and Honorable Mokwana, I've heard what you have said. And no, Honorable Mapolo, I and the Speaker have got the proof, not for all the members, some of the members that are not attending committees. So that yes, that we have corrected. We've got the proof for some members that are not attending their committees, not all of them. So now that is sorted, can we proceed with this house?
Especially Mapulu.
Thank you very much.
Especially Mapulu.
Thank you very much.
Especially Mapulu. Especially Mapulu. Especially Mapulu. Especially Mapulu.
I'm not speaking.
Maholo.
About this. I'm speaking
Mapulu and AB Maholo.
Order. Order, please. Order, please.
Mapulu and AB Maholo.
Order. My hand was up. She's lying, man.
Mapulu is not attending.
She can't lie.
Mapulu is not attending.
Thank you, Honorable Mat. Honorable Mapolo, I have addressed that one. I hope you are not standing on the order of what I've addressed.
No.
Okay, you may continue.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Ska Nanganela on what I'm going to say. You know, we've been communicating with the MEC of Social Development on WhatsApp in this
order.
House.
Point of order.
She agreed.
Point of order.
No,
point of order. Point of order.
Listen, I'm still speaking there. I'm still speaking.
Okay, Honorable Mapolo. Honorable Mapolo, can you sit down because you can't debate where you have not given time. You are not recognized. You have been given time to debate in this house. So I'm not going to allow you to open another debate in this house. Can I now call on the motion of ratification of appointment of special delegates to NCOP plenaries? Honorable Chief Whip, may you please accept?
Earlier on, I wanted to check if the kids of VBS family members are part of the 4,200 people who are getting food parcels. Thank you.
Honorable Lebo, be orderly, be orderly. Honorable Chief Whip, you may please proceed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. House Rule 226, Sub Rule 3 of the Standing Rules and Orders of the House, read together with Section 61, Subsection 4 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, provide for the designation and appointment of special delegates when the House is not sitting. In line with these provisions, the following honorable members were appointed to attend the joint sitting of Parliament and its debate together with the President reply when the House was not sitting. The joint sitting of Parliament to allow the President to deliver the State of the Nation address 6 February 2025. The Premier Honorable Dr. P.C. Ramatuba, the Speaker Honorable M.G. Makurupeche, Deputy Speaker T.P. Mamrovela, Chief Whip Mokhonyana. Joint sitting to debate the State of the Nation address 11 February 2025. The Premier Honorable Dr. P.C. Ramatuba, the Speaker Honorable M.G. Makurupeche, the Deputy Speaker Honorable T.P. Mamrovela, the Chief Whip Honorable Mokhonyana. Joint sitting to debate the State of the Nation address 12 February 2025. Same honorable members attended. Joint sitting to allow the President to respond to the debates on State of the Nation address 13 February 2025. Same honorable members attended. Honorable Speaker, I hereby move that this August House resolve to ratify the appointments of the above-mentioned special delegates in line with the above-mentioned provisions. I move accordingly, Honorable Speaker. It's nice to be in the ANC. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can I call upon the seconder? Honorable Dr. Selane.
Ke a leboga, Madam Speaker, ke emelela mo go supporta the Honorable Chief Whip. Ka motion o a o raisitšego, ke a leboga.
Ke a leboga, Dr. Selane. I'm now calling on announcement, Chair of Chairs.
Honorable,
Can we be in one house, honorable members, so that you don't miss an important announcement? Thank you.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Premier, members of the Executive Council, Chief Whip and Deputy Chief Whip, and my Deputy, Honorable Ngobeni, and members of the August House. My job is to make an announcement here. There will be a sitting on Thursday, the 6th of March, 2025. And we are all expected to attend. Lastly, lunch will be served at the committee room. You are all invited. Bon appetit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair of Chairs, Honorable Mokoni. The House is adjourned to Thursday, the 6th March 2025 at 10 a.m. in this August House, Luwakomo Legislative Chamber. Thank you very much.